Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. I'm going through the comment section. I like your guys' questions. Thank you for commenting. Appreciate it. And if you guys are interested in undervalued investment opportunities, definitely click subscribe. Join the community. Join this commodity bull market. Ride it up with all of us. It says, Andy, hypothetically speaking, if there is to be a commodity boom, say over the next 10 years, how much return could one possibly and very generally anticipate? I'm speaking very generally here, and know that it will vary according to sector, specific stock, etc. For example, if one were to invest $500 in Baseload at today's price of approximately 54 cents, what could be a rough expected return over the period of time? So your Baseload is a uranium exploration company. They don't have any uranium yet. In exploration companies, they carry a lot more risk, because they literally don't have anything today, and they're searching for uranium. Now, it's very exciting to be in these companies because if they hit something, and if they hit something big, the returns can be gigantic. One of the companies that did hit something that I'm in is Reconnaissance Africa. Reconnaissance Africa, RECAF. Someone brought that up on the channel a while back. They brought it up, and I started to accumulate Reconnaissance Africa just because in the, I can't pronounce it, Kavango, however you pronounce that basin, in Namibia, that basin is gigantic. And they were going to drill three holes, holes to see what is in it, to see if it's a working system of oil. They drilled the first one and they hit something. That stock, when I bought it, was in the like $1.50, $1.75. I bought it at $2. I bought it at $3. And then it went all the way to, I think, like $6 or $7 right now. And I'm still holding. I haven't sold a single share. I just loaded up in the beginning before that first well came. Now they're drilling the second well. Now, if that second well hits, and then the third well hits, and let's say there's estimates that that basin could hold up to 120 billion barrels. 120 billion barrels at a net present value, at a present value of 10%. That company could be many multiples higher than where I bought. At the beginning, I think it was a 20 million market cap way at the beginning. This thing could be 20 billion. I mean, the returns could be well over, it could be 1,000-fold for some people if they were to prove up that amount of oil. And I'm not telling you guys to go chase this. What I'm telling you is these exploration companies, you're going after what I consider to be the best opportunities in the world. And if they find something, the returns are gigantic. Baseload has very good properties. They're in very good area for mining those properties. So if they find something, it is a mineable find. James Sykes, the CEO of that company, is a geologist. He is the guy running, basically the CEO and the geologist behind trying to find these. He's exploring the properties that he has. The properties that he has have the same characteristics, the same fault, the way that things are positioned geologically are the same as other major findings. And he's got 3 of them on one property in shadow. They're exactly the same as Arrow, Eagle Sioux, I think, and there's one other one on the property. I can't remember the name of it, but it could potentially hold up to 850 million pounds. That's what those 3 similar deposits netted. Doesn't mean he has it. We have nothing right now, 0. But if something comes up, 20 million pounds, 100 million pounds, or 500, what if he hits it big and gets 1 billion pounds? I don't know what the potential could potentially be. If he hits if he hits 1 billion pounds of uranium, that company is going to be hundreds of folds higher, because the market cap's only 20 million. And if you're in a uranium bull market and this stuff is mineable, I mean, you just hit the jackpot. So the expected return is, it could be nothing, or it could be anywhere between 0 and 1,000 times. I mean, it could be anything. He's got the talent, he's got the knowledge, the wisdom to find these things. We have indications of geological they're congruent to all the other areas that have big finds. So by just that kind of background with the magnetics that they've done, I think it's a good probability bet. I'm gonna bet on it. That's what I'm doing. I can't tell you what to do, but this is a higher risk play. All the exploration companies carry more risk. If you're looking at uranium and you don't want to have that risk, go into a developer company where they're developing a mine from something that they already have, like a Next Gen Energy or a Fission Uranium or Encore Energy or Deep Yellow, one of those type of companies, because they're going to have massive returns as well. They're just not in the exploration phase. They're in the second phase of developing a mine, which can also pan out very well. Now, what kind of returns am I expecting? 20 baggers, 20 times your money, 30 times your money, 40 times your money, somewhere between, I'd say, 20 and 100 times. Probably not 100 times, definitely not from where we are today, maybe from where they were their lows. But I expect maybe a 10 bagger, 10 to 50 bagger, depending on the company and where it's at. So 1,000% increase, 900% increase, all the way up to 5,000% increase. So that's what I'm expecting for this uranium bull market. That's why I'm spreading my money amongst a whole bunch, because you're looking at the largest asymmetric bets. You're looking at a uranium price that is vastly undervalued. And if all this were to pan out perfectly, you could have some 100 baggers in there. You could have 1,000 bagger, which means you put in $1,000 and you get $1 million back. I'm not saying that all these companies are going to do that. They're not going to do that. But if you have one of these exploration companies that hits something very large in the middle of a uranium bull market, it's possible. It's possible to get 1,000 bagger. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I think a 20 bagger is possible, much more likely, or a 30 bagger that you get. And if you spread it out and you get a couple of them, I mean, that's what I'm looking for. Paladin Energy last bull market went up over 1,000 times. That was one of the leader companies. EXK in the last bull market went up 1,200 times. It went from a penny to $12. So they're out there, but we're not buying at the bottom of the bottom. So I don't think 1,000 bagger is in the cards right now. It's probably more like a 20 bagger or 10 bagger or 30, something like that. So that's probably my expected returns for the uranium sector over the next 10 years. And it's some of these, like I have a 12 bagger on SM Energy. That's an oil company. I think it could do another 10x. So if I'm up 12 and it does another 10x, it could be a 100 bagger for me. I put a good amount in the beginning of it. And you know what? I mean, I could make well over $1 million just on that one position. So that's what I'm hoping for. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Does not mean it's going to happen. But I'm positioned myself at a lot of these companies. Encore Energy, I'm up a lot of money in that. I'm up a lot in Next Gen Energy. I'm up a lot in Centennial Development, Fang, all these. I'm like hundreds and hundreds of percents in all these companies. And I bought them kind of right when I started the channel. So if you guys stay on this channel, you're gonna get some good, I think, picks, even from some of the people in the comment section where we share information. And that is what's valuable, is you can find these companies, you can do more research into it, you can ask questions, you can bounce it off everyone in this community. And copper even, I think copper is going to do some incredible things, just because I don't think there's enough copper out there for what they want to do in electric vehicles and all these other renewable world. So the opportunities are very large. And in relationship to other assets, stocks are overpriced. I'm not saying mining stocks. What I'm saying about stocks are like regular technology companies, regular companies like General Mills or something like that, where commodities are going to vastly outperform those. So whenever this 10 years is up, we want to rotate our overvalued commodity stocks, if it's 10 or 15 years or 20 years out, into something that is undervalued. And then we start the cycle again in something else. So that's the potential. Hopefully this answers your question. What I do is I like to spread my money out amongst a bunch of different companies, not just one or two. I like to buy maybe 10 or 14 or 15 companies in a sector that's been beaten down, like uranium, and and diversify in that sector. And basically, you're creating your own ETF with the best companies that you can find, with the best technical charts that they have. I mean, with the best everything. I'm not going to go into a company that is super large already and has difficult projects that have failed in the past. I'm not going to put a bunch of money in that. I want something that can grow a lot, has an easier project, and it has a good technical team. They've done it before. They've set this stuff up, and they've made a bunch of money for their shareholders. I'm going into those 100%. Like I got to get them in my portfolio, and I've been picking all those up, and I'm sharing those companies on this channel so others can partake in it. If that interests you, click subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.